So, lads, today we're going to be reacting to the WNBA Mock Draft by Bleacher Report. It is the full first round. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Obviously, Paige is going to go number one. I have a weird feeling that Olivia Moss is not going... Either Olivia Moss is not going to enter the draft, or the Sparks just don't believe in Olivia Miles' progression as a shooter. And, yeah, so... If you're wondering why I'm wearing a hoodie, it's cold here. But anyway, my guess is Paige 1, Miles 2. They're going to say Kiki Iriafen to the sky, aren't they? But it's probably going to be Sonia Citron. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So first, Paige Bueckers to Dallas. Yeah, that is happening. Obviously, that is happening. Paige has 1 year of eligibility left. She has been wire to wire as a favorite for the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft. Has complete package to guard position. Yugon Star puts pressure on opponents with her offensive arsenal as a 3-level scorer, but she can facilitate, create high percent shots with her vision and passing ability. She's a franchise player any WNBA team will brace for future. I don't think she's not a franchise player. You cannot be a franchise player if you're as passive as Paige Bueckers is. Paige Bueckers could be a very, very good number 2 or number 3 on a good team, but she is not a franchise player. That is simple as that. She is not even a lot of times down the stretch, she's not even the player to do anything for UConn this year. She's deferring to 19-year-old Sarah Strong. She's averaging 19.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists per game, while shooting 56% from field and 43% from 3. You have to also take into account she does not take a shot that isn't open. At 6 foot, she's got great length to guard the perimeter position, and her ability to facilitate with pinpoint precision is unmatched. Olivia Miles is significantly better, so I wouldn't use the word unmatched. Her basketball IQ is through the roof. Again, it's one of those things. And by the way, I still think Paige at this time is probably number 1, but it's her basketball IQ is through the roof, but her basketball IQ is probably the reason she's so passive. Seattle Storm selected Olivia Miles. That is going to be an interesting one. I think they probably do select Olivia Miles, but if she's there, but I don't think Olivia Miles comes out in the draft. They got the number 2 pick. Seattle could go multiple directions. His pick and would gain massive value, a value dynamic playmaker. Olivia Miles, one of the most poised, explosive guards. Explosive? I don't know. You can't be both selective about when being aggressive and facilitate while being really I wouldn't use the word explosive. I would not use that word to describe Olivia Miles. She's averaging 16.4 points, 4th in the nation assists per game, and shooting 43% from 3. With 6 career triple doubles, her skill set will translate well to the W. Yeah, I actually do think she'll be good. I think she'll be good straight away. Sonia Citron. Okay. Didn't just lump Kiki Iriafen into 3rd. Yeah, Sonia Citron is she's going to start. She's the only player, I think, from this point onwards that would guaranteed start for the Chicago Sky. Sky went all in 2024 draft. They've had a playmaking, depth shooting into 1 through 3. If they hold number 3 pick, Sonia Citron provide versatility. She's been able to play on and off the ball. Great great next level utility wing and smart defensive presence. Yeah, I don't think she's going to be locked down range, but she's going to be a decent defender. And I have a feeling that she could end up playing quite a bit of the point guard for them next year. I actually think she's a pretty damn good point guard. It's not going to be her main position, but it'll be her, Onianwere. They just need to find a point guard, honestly. Her, Onianwere, Reese Cardoso, you just got to find a point. But you can kind of... And this is the season whether we see the Reese or Cardoso thing, if that's going to work long term. If it's not going to work long term, you get a king's ransom for 1 of the 2 of them if you trade them. Washington Mystics like Kiki Iriafen. I don't understand the Kiki Iriafen hype. She's a 6'3" non-shooter who doesn't block shots and isn't a good interior defender. I don't get this one. She's a decent wing defender. Well, the Mystics are the short end of the stick. A key piece still be available for it. If Kiki Iriafen's on board, provide a major addition for a Mystics team looking to redefine their entire franchise. I don't think she's one of the 3 best power forwards on the Mystics if she joins the Mystics. I don't think she's as good as Aaliyah Edwards. I don't think she's as good as Shakira Austin. And I definitely don't think she's as good as Emily Ensler. Emily Ensler is one of those, but if you know anything about my evaluation of players, the 3-and-D players are the most misevaluated players in women's basketball. People don't realize the value of them, and Emily Ensler can do that, and she's more versatile. She can play 3 through 5. I actually don't think Kiki Iriafen is one of the best 3 players that are positioned on the Mystics. She's continued to develop into elite level 4, dominant pro-ready presence. I'm not convinced she's come anywhere near hitting her ceiling. She's not a good shooter. With great hands, soft touch, ability around the rim, the ability to knock down mid-range shots. But she's what? She's 6'3". She can't play the center. Like, she can't play center. Because she can't guard anyone on the inside. She can't shoot the three. Like, what are we watching? NaLyssa Smith 2.0? Genuinely. Are we watching NaLyssa Smith 2.0 and saying she's going to be the number 4 pick? I don't understand I don't know what role Kiki Iriafen plays, because she can't play the 5. She can't really play the 4, because if she plays the 4, she needs to be playing beside. And in fairness, I was about to say she needs to be playing beside like a Steph Dolson or something, but the Mystics, I think, are looking to get off Steph Dolson. Like, she needs to be playing beside a shooting 5 for her to do anything on offense. Like, and she's, a lot of the time, she's a good offensive rebounder, she's not like high-level motor offensive rebounder in the, like an Angel Reese. She benefited hugely playing next to Cameron Brink, who could space the floor, who was that center defender who could block shots. Like, I don't see what her fit is. I really don't. Unless she develops a 3 ball, I don't see what her fit is in the W, and I think it's hard with the 4th pick. The Golden State Valkyries are not taking Dominique Malonga. They are not taking a rookie that's not coming over this year. That is not happening. Malonga, in my opinion, if you were to take away, like, I don't think Malonga's going to fit in Dallas, but if you were to ask me where I would rank these players as prospects, for me, Malonga's number 1 in this draft, but there's no way Dominique Malonga is going to Golden State at 5. They are not taking someone that's not coming over. Like, I think, first of all, they're going to take her at 4, but secondly, like, if she's not coming over, they're not going to take her in their first year. Imagine the Valkyries, they like, oh, they're rookie, which is going to put butts in seats, and they end up taking someone that's not there. No, not a chance. 6'6", mobile, skilled legs forwards with a platter of dunk, heavy highlight reels, don't go around every day. They proved his deep roots in the international game with 7 of 11 selections. The reason why they did that was not because they liked these international players. It's because if they don't come over, they've got all the cap space to go for free agents. They're literally doing that for cap space. Like, Rupert is going to be unbelievable, but she's probably not coming over. She's French. In fairness, she plays in Turkey, so she could come over. But like, all these international players miss a month during the season. You can't sign them all. They can't sign them all. They'd be left like the Mercuries with 7 players during Eurobasket. But Malonga is, in my opinion, the number 1 should be the number 1 prospect. I get it, not really fitting Dallas, and Paige is there for like the money. Paige will get you put butts in seats, but in my opinion, Dominique Malonga has the highest ceiling in this draft. But there's no way Golden State are taking her. She's been unbelievable for in Euro Cup. She's been unbelievable. Shyanne Sellers to the Mystics. I hate this one. I really don't hate this one. They kind of need the point guard with Julie Van Loo gone, and she's a big modern basketball prototype of point guard. I don't hate that. Who did the Mystics get as the coach, actually? Who is their coach? It's not Eric Thibault, obviously. So they hired Sydney Johnson as the coach. Where did Sydney Johnson come from? Because I need to see, like, who the coaches are to see how good a fit. So Sydney Johnson was an assistant. He's a head coach of the Mystics. Was an assistant coach for the Sky last year. Was a Fairfield coach for a while. Like, I didn't hate that one. I don't know anything about him. But it just depends on how modern the offense is. Like, if they play like Teresa Weatherspoon, Chicago Sky team, Shyanne Sellers is going to be useless. Maybe they do take, if they've got a coach that, if they were instrumental in the Angel Camilla combo, then maybe going with double non-shooting bigs is the way, I guess. It's the way to the freaking 1 pick. But, yeah, Shyanne Sellers is elite. An absolutely elite, like, not the greatest scorer, or not the greatest shooter. I know, like, she's not shooting that many threes, and she shoots them when she's open. But she is an athletic 6'2" guard that I have a weird feeling the Sparks will really hope is there at 9. Georgia Amoore, there is no way Liberty are taking Georgia Amoore. There is no way. When Aisha Sivka is still on the board, and they can draft and stash the new, who is projected to be the new Leonie Fibich, they are not taking Georgia Amoore. I get it, Van Disloot's probably gone. They are not taking Georgia Amoore in this draft. Like, or Paopao. Paopau's a much better fit. You can play on or off the ball. Georgia Amoore is a complete package. While Courtney Vandersloot's future is in question, Amoore's playmaking, decision-making, two-man game IQ is better to be a multi-level scorer be sought after the next level. From a team that doesn't need somebody to play the two-man game. Like, they don't need it. They need a Paopao type point guard. Amoore is tied for second in the country in assists. The Australian fifth-year point guard is one of the older players in the draft who brings AEC, SEC, and Final Four and international experience. While she still might shy away from her size, what separates Amoore from many is her preparation and toughness. She approaches the game like a professional. She's like 5'5" as well. Like, there's no way the Liberty take Georgia Amoore. Aneesah Morrow to the Indiana Fever. I actually think the Liberty are probably going to take Aneesah Morrow. If Aisha Sivka's there, maybe. But like, Aneesah Morrow would be so good for the Fever. I don't think she's going to be there. Aneesah Morrow would be fantastic for the Fever. She rebounds the heck out of the ball. She plays defense. She's not the greatest scorer, but she fits. Basically, look, Nalissa Smith was not the greatest scorer. Nalissa Smith couldn't shoot the ball, but Nalissa Smith played no defense. At least you got defense. Like, you are not finding a Leone Fibic in this draft. You make a choice whether you trade this pick and go all in offense on Satu, or you go for the best, most versatile defender who, and people are like, oh, she's a bit undersized. It doesn't matter. We've seen it with Fee Collier. It does not matter, especially in the women's game. Aggression is more important than size, and Aneesah Morrow is super aggressive. She's as good a rebounder as Angel Reese. Could use a complementary player to Aaliyah Boston. Aneesah Morrow may be undersized, but her motor toughness and physicality translate well. I'm high on Morrow for the intangibles that can be taught. LSU forward has proved her ability to compete and excel against the best in the country, and complements playmaking guards exceptionally well. Like, she's averaging 18 and 14 for a team that, you know what, they gave South Carolina a good run for their money. Like, it says here she's shooting 37% for three. She's doing on like less than an attempt a game. I'm not counting that. The Sparks select Azzi Fudd. You know what? That's their, their big player. That's their, player that they're going to be able to get, and it's their player that they're going to be able to like build around a little bit. So I don't really hate that one for the Sparks. And Azzi Fudd's been looking a lot better. Her defense has stepped up. Her slashing's stepped up. I actually don't hate it. She can't really play the one. But like with Kia Nurse gone, I heard that they want to play Kelsey Plum a little bit at the one. So like if they want to play Kelsey Plum a bit at the one, then yeah, that actually makes perfect sense having Azzi Fudd playing the two. If you've got Kelsey Plum, Azzi Fudd backcourt, you got the two other, or a vet and Azzi Fudd eventually coming in. Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's really not bad at all. Chicago Sky, Te-Hina Paopao. If the Sky can get Te-Hina Paopao and Sonia Citron in this draft, they have won the draft. They have won the draft just for fit, who is on their team, everything. If they can get Te-Hina Paopao and Sonia Citron, they are absolutely the best. Won the draft, because I would argue that Te-Hina Paopao might be their selection at 3, and if Te-Hina Paopao is still there at 10, that would be unbelievable. But there is no way in hell that Te-Hina Paopao falls past the New York Liberty. I think Te-Hina Paopao is either going to go 6 or 7. And then I think whoever doesn't go 6 or 7, I think Shyanne Sellers might actually be there for the Fever at 8. And Fever probably aren't going to take her at 8. But Te-Hina Paopao at 10. 11, Maddy Westbeld to the Lynx. I actually kind of like this one. I rate Maddy Westbeld high. She's someone that I'd be really hoping would be down the second round for Indiana. I still think taking her to 8 is a little bit high right now, unless she can really like pick it up as the years going on. But like Maddy Westbeld would be a 6'4" shooting wing who's a high IQ and a mediocre defender. Like, she would be absolutely perfect for the Lynx. She could come in and play a bit of the 4 with Fee at the 5 when they go small ball. She's a much better version of what Alyssa Peely was. She's a much better version of Peely. So, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to go and try trade Alyssa Peely? But yeah, like this would be a really. I still think 11's maybe a bit high, but you draft for fit at the end of the first. It's not bad. Maddy Westbeld missed half the season, but through 6 games. Look, she's a shooter. Sedona Prince to the Mercury. Yeah, I mean, if they're losing Brittany Griner, that's like she's gonna start at center. Like if you're losing Brittany Griner, it is a very, very much like for like swap. You get your big center in there, and yeah, Sedona Prince. I don't hate this. Like obviously the off the court stuff, and I don't think like it's the Mercury. Like literally, it's the Mercury. Like a lot of people want to talk about how Sedona Prince shouldn't be allowed to play basketball because of what she did, and I'm not going to talk about that. But like, if I'm not mistaken, Brittany Griner also was accused or was found guilty of doing exactly what people don't want Sedona Prince in the W for. So if they have Brittany Griner, then I don't see any like issues with Sedona Prince. But at the same time, look, if you have issues with that, it is what it is. I'm not going to talk about it, but purely basketball wise, she's the perfect fit. She is like 25 years old though. Well, she'll be 25 years old in like a month or two. So she's very, very old. But yeah, I don't hate it. I actually don't hate this. One player that is 100% getting taken in the first round is Iriafen. Nobody is letting Iriafen fall to 13. And like 13 goes to the Aces. And it's going to be really interesting to see what the Aces do at 13. Because based on this, Iriafen there. Sanaya Rivers is going to be there. Who else is going to be there? And that's assuming you've got a lot of players in the second. Like that's assuming again you've got the likes of what's her name? Obviously Miles goes for the draft, but the Flaujae doesn't go for the draft. That Lauren Betts won't. She's basically said she won't. Or that what's her name? Tania Latson doesn't go for the draft either. It's assuming all of that. But Janiah Barker to Vegas could be very interesting. That could be very, very interesting. Ayoka Lee, I don't know how injured Ayoka Lee is. Like Vegas at 13, there are players that they can get. Like there really are players if you are Vegas that could be very solid and available at 13. So yeah, this is a very deep draft in fairness. Not that much star power after one. I think it's a 2-person draft, but like after 2, there's not very much star power. But anyway, I'll see you guys.